Welcome back again to Electric Avenue's YouTube channel. I keep saying every week, like, how many have I done here? And it's just forget about it at this point. Although I start going, maybe somebody will watch this at some point and go, this guy's okay, but he could really use some graphics or some lighting or something. Maybe give me a little boost. I don't know. It's just kind of funny. So I just keep going. My whole goal was just to keep my customers sort of informed and not really inform the world. And I guess there are a few of you that might be watching out there. So hello, thanks for watching. Okay, so let me get to the new releases for May 13th, 2022. And yeah, there's actually a lot of stuff again. Last week there was a ton of stuff, and I have to apologize because the video was so short and I felt completely rushed. There was like crazy problems with shipping. This is already my second attempt at filming this video, being interrupted. Hate being interrupted 10 minutes in, having to start over. So we're going to get to it. Okay, biggest new release of the week, I think, for us is the Black Keys' Dropout Boogie. I love this album cover. I think it's hysterical. And there's this one too. And guess what? They look identical. And one is a slightly different price than the other. One is color vinyl and super limited for indies and was allocated as usual with Black Keys releases where they do a handful. You know, you order like 20 or 30 of a color vinyl and you're lucky if you get like 6. So, anyway, that just goes without saying. So, this is original material. The last one, Delta Cream, was covers. And the only way you can tell one pressing from the other is by the price. They don't even put a sticker on the front, which is kind of annoying. Give me a hype sticker. All right, which this woman did right. Florence and the Machine, Dance Fever. And there's a hype sticker down here that says exclusive limited edition gray vinyl. I believe it's the indie store version. There may be other versions out there. Getting pretty good reviews, saying sort of a little more energetic. Maybe it's because she's dancing herself to death with Dance Fever. Supposed to be something about women in the dark ages who actually dance themselves to death. I think of if you've ever seen that Golden Girls episode where they're all in a dance competition trying to see who can last the longest. Maybe that's what that album is about. I don't know. I still have to hear it. Okay. Duke Ellington and Coleman Hawkins. This is a big classic. Another Verve Acoustic Sounds series remaster. Mastered from the original analog tapes at Quality Record pressings, tip-on gatefold. I mean, they're so well done, and this is another jazz classic. So, Duke Ellington meets Coleman Hawkins. And then if you were in on Record Store Day, if you probably saw one of my biggest sellers that day was Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm Section, the first release on Contemporary Sounds reissue series that Bernie Grunman has been doing with acoustic sounds. And there was also a Ornette Coleman box set that came out about the same time. And so those are really the first things in the series, but Art Pepper's was officially the first as a Record Store Day title. And then Contemporary and Craft Recordings are putting out the second one now, which is Art Pepper plus 11. And this is a treasury of modern jazz classics by Gillespie, Giuffre, Monk, Mulligan, Parker, Rollins, Silver, etc. So check that out. If you've got the first one, you may want to get other ones in the series. I have a feeling it's going to be quite popular, so they may sell out fairly quickly, and then we may be waiting for a while, as usual. Forrest Gump soundtrack. This has been out, I think, before. I've seen other versions of this. Great track listing and classic sort of rock stuff, all the way from Elvis's Hound Dog up through Willie Nelson's On the Road Again and Bob Seger's Against the Wind. So Um, I mean, it's a classic movie, and this actually is fairly popular, and hopefully, I think it's colored vinyl, but it doesn't say on the sticker. So that's kind of, that'll be a mystery for people, I suppose, until they open it. All right, couple new releases. Delbert McClinton, Outdated Emotion. Delbert's been around for forever, as you can tell from this picture of him on the cover. And these are cover songs: Stagger Lee, Sun is Shining, One Scotch, One Bourbon, One Beer, Long Tall Sally. So it's more of his kind of blues rock style, I suppose. Um, and then another name that we haven't heard of in a while, Lyle Lovett, 12th of June. And this features Cooking at the Continental, Pants is Overrated, Straighten Up and Fly Right, Peel Me a Grape, Pig Meat Man. So, again, it's kind of interesting, these guys that are putting out records. I don't know where they've been. It's been a while, and especially Lyle, it feels like it's been a long time. This record actually came out last week. I showed the CD, but I didn't have the vinyl at the time, and I'm so glad I have it now. This is Belle and Sebastian's A Bit of Previous, and what a great album. I think it's their best since The Life Pursuit, which is over a decade ago. This is the limited edition version with the alternate front cover artwork, and it's a great album. Very tuneful, catchy. The songs are poignant. Check it out. If you, even if you have a passing interest in Belle and Sebastian, that's a really great album. A couple of sort of like other indie-ish sort of releases that are hanging around. Kevin Morby, his new record. This is a photograph. This is the limited edition Gold Nugget vinyl edition for indie stores. He keeps putting out records. I think Kevin is from like Kansas City, actually. So someone might be able to correct me on that. And in a classic British band making a reappearance, Reef. Haven't heard from these guys in a little while. Shoot Me Your Ace is the name of the record. Produced by all people of Andy Taylor of Duran Duran. So maybe he gives it a little bit of a that guitar edge that he was famous for in that band. This is sort of more of a unique piece, I would say. Anna von Hauswolf, live at Montreux Jazz Festival. Anna's sort of an erstwhile contributor to Swans, and she's known for being very kind of gothy at times and playing church organs and pipe organs. So that might be kind of interesting at Montreux Jazz Festival. Reissues, Slipknot's Iowa, which we recently had the first Slipknot record, and it blew out and we couldn't get it again. They were so limited. And this, I believe, is the same way. It's on a colored vinyl. So if you're into Slipknot, you might want to get that quickly. I was really looking forward to this. XTC's Mummer. You're looking at this going, this does not look like Mummer to me. Well, apparently the cover art was either changed or this was some kind of original idea for a cover. But yeah, this was approved by Andy Partridge, pressed on 200-gram super heavyweight vinyl. New sleeve artwork restores the original intended design. So it's a little more, I don't know, spooky or gothy looking, I suppose. But this is the album with Love on a Farm Boy's Wages and Funk Papa Roll. Great album. Great album. Roxy Music, Stranded, another in the Half Speed Master series. This is actually the third, and then the fourth, Country Life, is also coming out, but I can't show the cover because they'll put me in Facebook jail or YouTube jail if I do. And the last time I did, I got a warning. So, and you kind of think like, oh my gosh, that album cover has been shown I don't know how many times. But, the powers that be do not want it floating around the internet, with probably good reason, I suppose. I mean, they are wearing clothes, but they're not completely unsee-through, so I can understand that. Amyl and the Sniffers, This is a recent album for them, and it's actually gotten incredible reviews. Comfort to Me is what it's called. This is a deluxe 2 LP edition, and it features a live track of the title track, and it's on a smoke colored vinyl with fold out poster. So it's sort of a collector's fan edition. Keeping with the reissues, Alex Chilton's High Priest. You don't see this every day. Limited sky blue vinyl with rare, never before seen vacation photos. It's a 1987 album, and it was the first full length since 1979's Like Flies on Sherbet from Alex. Killer Mike. Rap music. Killer Mike, people might be aware of who he is, and this was actually produced by LP, LP, if however you want to say that, but it's on green colored vinyl, fold out poster. This is sort of like, if you're into like Run the Jewels, this is sort of like early iconic stuff there. So probably won't be around for too long. A new release, Gregory Porter's Water. Gregory's a great jazz musician and keeps putting out records, and yeah, I can't wait to hear this. Actually, it looks great. Let's see, another new one here. Actually, I think this is just a reissue of this, the Dinner Party Dessert. This is, I believe, has been out, limited to 3,000, pressed on fruit punch and canary yellow vinyl. Although it is a sort of a really recent release. Another new one, Tank and the Bangas. These guys are great if you're into things like, I suppose, like Black Pumas, but it's a little more jazzy than that. And this is their new album, Red Balloon. Let's see, there's a Mongo Santa Maria reissue on Craft Recordings again, called Sofrito. Features the bluesy spring song, the rhythmic Afro-Cuban track Omi Shango, and the rousing title track, mastered by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio. Great picture on the back. Okay. Electric Mud reissue, Muddy Waters. So this is 180 gram colored white vinyl, special gatefold edition, 1,200 copies only. So this may be gone by the time you actually see this video. But I'm just letting you know that it did exist here and we did have it. And then in the RSD Essentials series, another indie exclusive on Limited Green is Possessed 7 Churches, which is probably more of interest to metal people. But there you go. Now, finally, CDs this week. Let's see. There are the new Chainsmokers album, which I think is coming out on vinyl later, and the Chet Baker Trio live in Paris. That was a Record Store Day. Record Store Day release is out on CD, as a lot of these things on Resonance tend to come out a little later. The big thing this week that I think is only on CD, I can't say that. It is on vinyl, but I don't have it to show it because it's so expensive that I figure unless somebody wants this, I'm not bringing it in, is the Rolling Stones Live at the El Macambo. The vinyl box set of it is like $150. But the CD, you get a 2 CD edition, which sort of covers the bases for most people in my world. If you want the record, you're going to have to ask me for that. So... but this was great because they did it at a very El Macambo in Toronto. It's like a 300-seat theater, and it's extremely sort of intimate. So to get these performances in such a small space is kind of unique, and it's very fabled show. So, okay, so what's coming up in the next couple weeks, you ask yourself. So May 20th, next week, the big release is probably the new Harry Styles record, which we will have, hopefully, a fair amount. Also that week, Neil Young's Live in 1971. he did just release 3 live CDs, and one of them is coming out on vinyl next week. They were sort of delayed because of supply chain problems. Also, the Police, Around the World Live, the Clash, the deluxe version of Combat Rock. Some reissues from John Coltrane, Art Blakey, and Bill Evans. Ozzy Osbourne's Black Rain, the Norah Jones box set, and the new Van Morrison, and also Mavis Staples with Lee Von Helm live. And I believe that's just on CD at first. The vinyl got pushed back. The 27th, which is sort of Memorial Day weekend. That day, Liam Gallagher, and it's his new album, and he's also releasing a live album that day. So there's 2 things if you're a kind of a classic Oasis fan. And the tracks sound pretty good. Def Leppard has a new record that day. Doja Cat, her recent album is coming out on vinyl. Aaliyah, they're starting to do Aaliyah reissues finally. Other things, Stars, Bruce Hornsby, Coheed and Cambria, Melody Gardot. Some reissues including Bright Eyes, Sparks, Robert Fripp, and the Nirvana box set on vinyl that came out on CD several months ago. All right, June 3rd. So far I see Prince and the Revolution live 1985, and that will be on vinyl and CD and with a video too. And that concert was in the deluxe Purple Rain that came out, what is it now, almost 5 years ago on DVD, and the quality was kind of grainy at best for the video, so they've really cleaned up the video. It looks great. The other 2 live Neil Young vinyl come out that day, and Amy Winehouse vinyl for Live at Glastonbury in 2007. So a big day for live records. Then studio records, new Drive By Truckers, new Angel Olsen, Rolling Blackouts comes out in physical form. Tedeschi Trucks, I think maybe that's just a CD at first. Andrew Bird. And then there's some reissues from Freddie Hubbard, Bill Evans, and Gerald Wilson. Those are all jazz, Blue Note kind of things. And Frank Zappa, there's an Erie, Live at Erie, Pennsylvania box set coming out that day with some shows, live shows in it. June 10th, not a whole lot that day. Rolling Stones, another live show, and Elton John, the Madman Across the Water deluxe box and deluxe editions. And then June 17th. Well, June 18th is Record Store Day, Part 2. So a lot of things are kind of tied in then. But on the 17th, we get the Smile physical release, which is Radiohead as a side project. It's Tom York and Johnny Greenwood with a different drummer. But it sounds very Radiohead so far, and people compare it to, like, I've seen Hail to the Thief be kind of brought about. So if you're a Radiohead fan, you're going to want to check out Smile, I think. Other things that day, or actually the next day, because the 18th, they just added Wilco's new album on CD. Not sure when the vinyl is coming for that, but that's part tie-in with the 18th Record Store Day. But the 17th, you get David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. There's a picture disc version and a half-speed master from Abbey Road coming out to celebrate, basically the 50th anniversary of that. Beach Boys, there's a kind of expanded Sound of Summer greatest hits piece. New albums from Perfume Genius, and there's the Mavis Staples Lee Von Helm vinyl is scheduled for that day. There's a Hank Williams Jr. that was produced by Dan Auerbach, and a couple of jazz titles, Lou Donaldson and another Bill Evans. Nick Cave's spoken word album, and Prince, the Gold Experience, is coming out on CD. to sync up with Record Store Day Drop 2 on June 18th, where they're going to release that on vinyl. So, and also that Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs comes out on the 18th. So that kind of gets you through like the next month, 5 weeks or so of stuff to look forward to. If you couldn't think of anything in there that interested you at all, I don't know why you're watching these videos, other than to just see my scintillating personality shine through on the internet sphere. Um, so anyway, yeah, some good stuff there. All right, thank you for very much for watching. I keep thinking, well, maybe I will get a sort of topic going here at some point, but honestly, every week there's just so much new material to cover that it really kind of becomes limiting. And at some point, maybe we'll do that. So thank you all for watching again. And this video was a little bit longer, so take in all that information. And I hope you had your pencil or pen and were writing all that stuff down. I mean, those are, and obviously all those dates are subject to change. So gotta love change. Thanks. Have a great weekend and a great week. And I'll see you next time. Peace.